Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma at the new Mason Jar Eatery in Cordova Bay, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, Paul Ballstein witnesses the metamorphosis of a mosquito, the kind that goes 400 miles an hour. And James Green discovers how a little sharing can help our food banks. All that and much more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Hello, thank you so much for hanging out with us today at the new Mason Jar Eatery in Cordova Bay. I have to begin with my love affair with Mason jars. I love Mason jars. I use them for wine, water. I even put coffee in my Mason jars. Yep. And as I look around and I see Mason jar lights and Mason jar decor and Jell-O in a Mason jar, I have to say I'm already excited about this new eatery.
Yeah, we do it all at home. We love it too. So we do our smoothies, we do our lights, we have soap dispensers, all of our chicken pot pies. We do all kinds of stuff right in the Mason jars. So yeah, it was part of our inspiration for opening our little spot here.
And one of the things that you talk about is you are all about home cooking. Yes. And there's nothing that says home cooking and old-fashioned cooking like a Mason jar, but you really want to, and I'm telling you, as soon as you walk in, you know you're walking into home cooking, because you walk in and you're like, it smells like your mom's kitchen.
Yeah, or garlic.
So tell us, what do you want to bring to Victoria?
So we are the Mason Jar Eatery. So the inspiration came from all of Carmen's recipes going back to what he used to do at home with his grandma on the farm and doing everything from scratch. All the breads are made here in house. All of his soup stocks are made from scratch. So no powders, no fillers, none of that stuff. We don't sell any pops. We have all of our juices in Mason jars, apple juice, orange juice, all the stuff that you actually want your kids and your family to eat. And of course, all the baked treats and all the goodness as well. So we have cinnamon buns that are to die for.
Famous, actually.
Yeah, a little bit.
Famous cinnamon buns, yes.
And then cookies every day, and our hermit cookies, they have seeds and they have pumpkin seeds and all kinds of wonderful things. So all of it is just real food from scratch. Our chickens are roasted. We try and do as much local as we can and really want to be part of this community.
One of the things people are so hungry for right now is to get back to simple food, home-cooked food, farm-to-table food, community. So you offer breakfast and lunch and
roaster meals.
Roaster meals.
Yeah, so hopefully this is something that is going to be enjoyed. We're really trying to keep the waste down, and we're trying to bring into a new thing. So instead of going and doing your KFC chicken bucket, that kind of thing, you can get a full roaster meal. So you have a choice of chicken or meatloaf, with your vegetables, with your side salad, and your dessert, all done in little Mason jars. Take it home, and there's just a deposit, and then you just bring everything back, and nothing goes in the garbage.
Aren't you already excited? On your way home from work, you drop in here. Yes, you smell so good. You get your Mason jar dinner. Hello. I'm just excited about that. Come home, and you're like, hi, kids. Hi, hubby. Dinner's ready, and it's home cooked. So you're not giving up on nutrition or that feeling of a home-cooked meal.
Yeah.
And we all need a little help like that sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our schedules are all so busy. Yeah. Everyone has those days, weeks, months, whatever it is. But hopefully those days we can step in and give everybody a hand and actually still put some real food on your table.
I'm so excited. We're going to try some of the food here in a moment because, of course, I have to for your sake. I'm doing it for me. We're also going to show you some of the cool things that they're doing here. But first, Paul Ballstein has a fascination with aviation, and he did this amazing story on the mosquito. Now, no, I know what you're thinking. As soon as you hear mosquito, you want to do this. But this is a very different kind of mosquito. I'll let Paul explain. Paul Ballstein, you are a brilliant guy. I love that story. I could watch it again and again. We're here at the Mason Jar Eatery in Cordova Bay. They just opened their doors, and yes, there's Mason jars everywhere and home-cooked food. But that's not all. No, there's also cappuccino, Americano, and of course, life wouldn't be complete unless you got a homemade, famous cinnamon bun. Sorry, I had to pause because it smelled so good to go with it. Man, these are good.
I know.
You
Grandma's recipe.
Oh
you
my
can't
gosh.
go wrong.
And you can feel it. They're so spongy, and it feels like it just got baked this morning.
Because it did. Every morning.
That's great. Now, you are already getting regulars coming in here, having their morning Americano or cup of tea. Are people really enjoying having a neighborhood eatery?
I really think so. We were so surprised. Within the first 2 weeks, we had our regulars. We know most of them by name, and we would like to get to know everybody else in the neighborhood. Some people are just finding out about us, which is fair. We had our grand opening on Saturday. But it's been amazing, the support we've had so far from the locals.
And I think that that is the beauty of a place that offers something like home-cooked meals, is that people, especially on a cold winter day or on a hot summer day, they want to get out of the house for a couple of hours, have a cup of tea or coffee with a friend. I noticed one of my godson was here, Spencer. He was here with his friend. He's a 16-year-old high school student, actually almost 17. I think his birthday's in a week. Yeah. And he came with his friend from school. He goes to Claremont for a little breakfast. But people crave that kind of home away from home.
Well, and we've got our breakfast sandwiches, which we were only going to do in the mornings, but they have loved them so much. We're doing all-day breakfast sandwiches. So it's on your homemade bun. The egg is cooked right here, real cheese, all put together, and it takes 2 minutes, and you can take it to go or sit down and have a really nice breakfast.
So I know what you're thinking. You want to know if this really tastes good? Well, I'm going to tell you in just a minute. We're also going to go back into the kitchen where all the magic happens and show you some of the cool things that they're doing back there. But we have to take a very short break, but stay with us, because when we come back, James Green, who's behind the camera right now, will give you some really simple, innovative ideas on how you can make a big difference in the lives of people in need. So stay with us. I'm going to open this up now. Welcome back to Go Island. It's official. They're not only world famous cinnamon buns in Cordova Bay, but they're officially world famous in Karen Elgersma's mind. Oh my gosh, what an amazing, that really does taste like grandma's buns. Whoa, that sounded kind of creepy. Carmen, where'd you get this recipe for this one?
Actually, that one was hiding in the back of our family Bible.
Really?
Yeah, it's been handed down for a very long time. Some of the things have been adjusted to account for, you know, from the 1800s they had little yeast cakes and stuff like that, so now we're using fresh yeast instead of
yeast cakes. Yeah, that's amazing. Carmen is the chef behind, and actually not behind, it's an open kitchen here at the Mason Jar Eatery in Cordova Bay, brand new little eatery that's opened up. One of the things that I feel is so unique about what you're doing is the feeling that they're real recipes from your family. They're not created for a huge commercial kitchen. So when you're talking about home-cooked food, what is the key ingredients to making something that does taste like something your grandma would make rather than something you would buy at Costco, you know?
Paying attention to the ingredients.
Right.
Actually, I know it sounds a little creepy sometimes, but I mean, Jen comments on it that you know, I sit here and I sing to my food. I talk to my chickens as, oh, you're so beautiful when you're coming out of the oven, and all that kind of stuff. It all ends up in the pot. It all ends up in, you know, the cinnamon buns. It all ends up in the scones and stuff like that.
Because you're not just cooking for the sake of getting it out there and turning it over. You're truly creating with love and passion, and that's for love of feeding people.
Yeah.
I love that. I also love the mason jars everywhere. Look at that. This is so great. We are going to try a bit more food in just a moment. But first, food. It is one of the basic necessities for life. But for so many people who live on Vancouver Island, there just isn't enough money at the end of the month to pay for food. And there is this very cool, innovative program that will help all of us contribute and make a big difference in the lives of people in need. Our very own James Green is behind the camera, met up with Brent Palmer at Thrifty's, and yes, you will be inspired to make a difference in everyone's lives. So watch and learn. Thank you for that brilliant story, James Green. Why is it brilliant? Because honestly, I always think to myself, what can I do to make a difference? How simple is that? All you have to do is when you're buying your groceries, $2, $5 extra. What a huge difference you will make in the lives of so many. We are having so much fun here at the Mason Jar Eatery in Cordova Bay, and I'm about to taste the famous chicken pot pie. But we have to take a very quick break, but when we come back, we're gonna head over to Vancouver, where our very own Mel learns how she can be somebody who works in a spa and be an esthetician even though she hates feet. Yeah, kind of a funny story. So stay with us. Okay, this place is rocking. Since we arrived, people are just like coming in by the handfuls. They're so busy that Genevieve can't even take 2 minutes to sit down and talk with me. So I am just gonna close the show the best way one can by trying the very famous chicken pot pie in what, my friends? You guessed it, a Mason Jar, because we're in the Mason Jar Eatery right here in Cordova Bay. This looks delicious. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh my gosh. How fun is this? I'm gonna give it a... Oh yeah, now that is what I call home style cooking. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate that you take time out of your crazy day to hang out with us, and we want to hear from you. Facebook, Twitter, you can check out our website, you can email us. If you see us at the Mason Jar Eatery, come sit down and say hi. Thanks for watching.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Men's Wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.